Hi everybody, and welcome to Sarah Rescue Farm. Today we have the first product review. I'm your friend Steve B, and I hope you enjoy this. I love product reviews on YouTube. They really help me out a lot, but I don't really like the way that they're all done, so mine's going to be a little different. First of all, there's not going to be a whole lot of setup and talking, except for this setup and talking, but this won't happen again on future reviews. And I'm just going to tell you what the product is, and I'm going to tell you immediately whether I think you should get it or not. And then, if you want to find out why, you can watch the rest of the video, so you don't have to fast forward to the end and try and find where I talk about it. So what's today's product? Today we are looking at the Badger WB26 BCI line trimmer. Now, would I buy this again? No. Do I recommend you buying it? Maybe. See, now you have to find out why. See how I did that? First of all, is this one of the top 10 tools that you need for your farm or ranch? Small farm or ranch. Remember, I'm only on 15 acres, so this is more of a hobby farm than anything. Maybe it's in the top 10. It would be down at the end of the 10, at the end of the list. It's probably not the first thing I would get. But mine, I bought, came with all kinds of extra accessories, which are super cool. So it's got your regular line trimmer. Came with this hedge trimmer. And I'll show you a little bit of the features later on. Came with this. What is this? Well, this is so you can attach, where is it? These badass, basically rotary blades, metal. These are like the same blades you would see on a saw, on a rotary saw. And you can attach them straight to there. And probably the most badass, a chainsaw. This is actually called a pole saw because it's a chainsaw on the end of a pole. So this thing is not just great for doing all kinds of yard work, but it's also perfect for the zombie apocalypse. Where did I get this? Well, they are available on Amazon, but I couldn't find them with the accessories. They're about 100 and I think 75 bucks. Not bad. And it's, by the way, that's why I picked the Badger, because it was one of the cheaper ones with the most tools. Now, I didn't get mine off of Amazon. I think I picked it up at Home Depot in Reno. Why? Well, because they're illegal in California. I found out later. Why? Not really sure. In the future, all gas powered, and this is a gas powered machine, but all gas powered machines are going to be soon, if they're not already, illegal in California. But this thing was illegal way before that. Don't know why. Probably Gavin Newsom's pro-zombie stance, you know, which, you know, call me old fashioned, but they are the undead. So anyway, so one thing is, if you're in California, these are right out for probably you're breaking several laws. The pro-zombie law as well as the gas engine law. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about what it came with and what it didn't come with. It also came with this pretty essential piece of equipment. It's fairly flimsy, but it does the job. What this does is you put this on, and it holds the clips onto the line trimmer and holds it up, because it's a beast and it's heavy. All line trimmers are heavy. That's not particular to this model, and they weigh a lot. So if you're going to be using it for a long time, you're going to run into issues holding it up. What it doesn't come with, and you probably should get, it does not come with protection like this. And it's loud. It is very loud. You probably want ear protection. You definitely want eye protection. It doesn't come with this bar and chain oil. That's for the zombie killing chainsaw of death. And it also doesn't come with Echo Power Blend Gold 2-stroke oil. All right, so there's a lot of extra stuff you do have to buy, but this is all fairly cheap. You can buy extra blades, extra line for it, all kinds of stuff. This is stuff I use. This is stuff I've been using. I've used this now for over 2 seasons. Not this particular one though, which is what you're gonna find out. So when I first bought this thing, I used it for 2 weeks. Primarily I used the, what did I say this was? Hedge trimmer. And I used the zombie killing spinning blades of death. Besides killing zombies, they do really good at cutting brush. They cut through them like butter, like 4 or 5 inch trunks. I just zapped right through them. Oh, another thing it doesn't come with that you definitely want: jeans and boots. I don't understand how people do yard work in cargo shorts, but you're really asking for trouble. Not that these blades wouldn't cut straight through a pair of jeans and your boots and straight through your femur. So just be careful. And that's why there's a long pole attachment. Well, the thing worked great for 2 weeks and then stopped working at all. I did everything I could try to figure out what was wrong, and finally had to take it to my friend and neighbor Jeff, who builds race cars for a living. So he knows a little bit about engines. And he did some magic and he said, this can't be fixed. This engine is destroyed. Not Badger's fault. I destroyed the engine. Now, how did I do it? I'll let you guys guess. I'll give you a minute. Now, if you said, I left it outside in the rain, good guess, but wrong. You missed that one. I don't leave my tools, especially if I pay $175 for them. I'm not gonna leave them outside. The weather and the zombies and, of course, you know, other people who might wanna take them, like bears and coyotes and such. So no, was it rain? Second guess? I put diesel fuel in instead of regular gasoline? You're getting closer, much closer, but nope, that is not what I did. So, this is what's called a 2-stroke engine. And this 2-stroke engine requires, if you read the instructions, which I did, okay, I did read the instructions, it requires that you mix it with oil. I did mix it with oil. I did the math myself.
It was my understanding that there would be no math.
It's a 15-to-1 mix, which I took the 2-gallon tank, divided by, well, turned it into cups, divided by 15, figured out whatever that was, half a cup, put that oil in, and I did my maths wrong and didn't put enough oil in. And if you don't get the oil to gas mixture right, I figured, oh, what does it matter as long as there's a little bit of oil in there? Nope, it kills it and destroys the engine. All right, so I called Badger. I want to say that I had a great experience. They got back to me really quick. They did some troubleshooting. I didn't tell them what I did, but I did tell them I thought there was a problem with the engine. They didn't ask a lot of questions, and they gave me a brand new one. Almost no questions asked. They just did some troubleshooting to make sure, like, I wasn't like, was there gas in the tank? And, you know, is the spark plug connected? But once they figured out that it wasn't going to run, they just sent me a new one. They didn't send all the accessories, and I didn't ask for them, but they sent a brand new one out. No questions asked. Now, for me, guys, good product and good customer service is almost more important than the item itself. The item can be kind of crappy. If there's good customer service, I'll still recommend it because that it's golden. You can't really beat that, right? That they were willing to replace it. But why do I still not recommend it? I do want to say to the kids out there that are like, why do I have to learn this math? We'll never use it in life. Well, look here. I got my math wrong and it cost me almost $200. That is a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or whatever you kids spend money on. I guess Minecraft bucks, or whatever, or Pokemon cards. Oh, I have a joke. That reminds me. How do you get Pikachu on the bus? You Pokemon. Okay, so back to the review. The second one. So the second one worked fine. I'm going to show you how to start it in a minute. It won't start, by the way. I'll explain why that is and how I messed this one up. But it starts pretty easy. And it worked for a day or two, and then it stopped working. I could never really figure out why it stopped working. And when I say it stopped working, it would run, but whenever you brought it up to speed, and it does have to be at full speed to do any of its fancy stuff, right? The chainsaw won't run if it's not at full speed. When it got to full speed, it would lower power and then stall. And trust me, I went to every site. I talked to every expert. Ultimately, here's what I think it is. I think that this piece here that connects the tools onto the machine somehow wasn't perfectly connected, and therefore it put too much draw on the engine, and then the engine would stall. Now, I found that out afterwards. At first, what I thought, what most people said, is that it had to do with the engine itself. So I literally took the engine apart, learned how to adjust the intake for the air, and it's not easy, by the way. They don't want you messing with that. You have to pull a little secret plug out, and then you have to cut a little line across with a Dremel or have a special tool. Anyway, I figured it out, got it, adjusted it enough that now it won't even start. So that was a big mistake. But it's been difficult. It has never worked. The first day I got it, it worked great. And ever since that, I just had trouble with it. Also, the gas, it is a pain in the ass to have a gas machine these days. What I would like more than anything, and by the way, I replaced it with an electric line trimmer, Governor Newsom, so don't come after me. This has been retired. And all that other stuff I said about getting it illegally, you know, that's in the past. We can let that go. But the electric one is just a line trimmer, and it does not come with all these cool ass accessories. And I do need these accessories. In fact, I need these accessories more than I need the line trimmer itself. I need to cut my bushes and trim the hedges and prune the peach trees. So, you know, I don't know. And also the line trimmer, I'll do a review on that. Verdict's out. I am liking it. It is not as powerful as a gas engine, believe it or not. Not that, you know, hey, let's face it, some electric engines are just as powerful as gas engines, right? You got the Tesla and the new F-150 Lightning. I'm sure they're just as powerful. But anyway, on these two-stroke engines, way super powerful. I do not think an electric trimmer, at least the one that I have, 60 volts, is going to cut through a 5-foot piece of brush with a circular saw attached to it. It just isn't going to happen. Starting the thing is a fairly simple affair. There is a button. Where is that button? Can you see this button? You might. Here, let me flip it over so it's in the sun. There's a button here. See it? It's like a little plunger. For some reason, these two-stroke engines require foreplay before they start. Yeah, baby, yeah! And you gotta push this thing 10 times Exactly 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't go under or over, or the whole thing will be ruined.
3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3.
No, I'm just kidding. I think they just want you. 10 is like the minimum. Now it's not going to start. The funniest thing would be if this actually does start. Oh wait, got to put it on choke. You got the choke and you want to put the choke on start. I'll laugh if this runs, because it hasn't run in months. So, and I've tried everything, but let's see what happens. But I do want to say that relatively easy start. It's got a good pull, easy pull. Usually it took 2 times and it would start right up, and you just switch it then from start to run. And I'm going to give it a shot, but I doubt it's going to go. Yeah, as expected, it's not going to start. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you the features on each of the different pieces. All right, the hedge trimmer basically has a little button, and it lets you change it, so you can do this with it, maybe. Wrong button. It has this button where you can unlock it. Okay, it has these 2 buttons that you have to push one to release it and then one to undo it, and then you can swivel it into these different shapes. It goes I think 90 degrees. Yeah, pretty sweet. Here's the chainsaw, which is the pole saw, which is the coolest. Now, first thing is make sure you fill it up with chain oil, right there. You can also, just like the other one, you can adjust this, pull this handle out, and you can go 90 degrees with it, or you could lock it in, you know, or get this one, you know, so you can kill your soft zombies, your hard zombies, your fast zombies, your slow zombies, pretty much anything. And it worked great the one time I used it. Switching out the tools, it's a little bit of a pain to do. It's not that hard though. There's a sort of this screw you unscrew, and then there's a little button. I'm gonna have to show you the button. You see that little button? There's a little button. You push that button and then you pull this thing out. Now, the problem is I could never push the button with my fingers. It's too hard to get in there. So I always had to use a screwdriver. All right, so you just press in this button with the screwdriver and then pull. And that's it. And then you get the next thing on. It's basically the same thing. Oh shit. All right, I'm ready with the light. So that's it. And then tighten up this, and you're ready for action. Well, friends, that's my review. I hope you liked it. Summary: it was great when it worked, which was seldomly. Customer service, brilliant. I think you should get one of these things. Maybe not this brand. There are other brands out there. I've seen them. They're more expensive, and if you watch my videos, Like I always say, go for the more expensive things. I keep making the same mistake. I probably always will because I'm cheap. And I keep buying the less expensive things and they keep breaking down and cost me twice as much. So maybe get a more expensive one and get it with all the accessories, because that's just badass and cool, and it really did come in handy. So yeah, that is it, and see you next time. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see. Bye bye.